So UFC 294 was today, and while the card didn't live up to many of our expectations with not a lot of finishes, a lot of weird fights, and just all around it was not that good with everything was promised, the big fight that I kind of wanted to talk about was Shara Magomedov versus Bruno Silva. Now, Shara Magomedov, he looked good, and before we start this, he won this fight. I don't really care what anyone is saying. People are saying, oh, it was a robbery, that Bruno Silva won based on his takedowns and that stuff. I don't understand how people don't understand how fights are scored. And I'm not saying that from a casual standpoint. I'm saying that by the rules. That damage, hear this, damage is what trumps all. If you score a takedown in the fight, but the other person was lighting you up or landing a lot more damaging shots, he wins that round based on damage. All right, did we get that cleared up? Okay, now making sure. Shara Magomedov was piecing him up with knees in the clinch and head kicks. His leg kicks were pretty good. His boxing was not that good. And, I get it. He's a kicker. He has kind of that Taekwondo karate kind of stance where he throws side kicks and hook kicks. And he's got that Muay Thai background where punches aren't really the main focus of that. They're kind of just subsidiary with everything else. But I kind of expected him to do better with his, boxing than everything else. But his clinch game is really good. His knees there are really good. And his head kick was good. He landed this head kick in round 1. And I'm surprised by Bruno Silva for eating all that. So either Bruno Silva's chin is a lot stronger than we were giving him credit for, or Shara Magomedov was not that strong with that. And I mean, when he was throwing side kicks and all these kind of strange kicks, they were kind of tapping, except for that really flush head kick in the first round. But the main thing I needed to say was Shara Magomedov needs to work on his takedown defense, because right now it's non-existent. And you would think for someone who's predominantly a striker, he would be working on his takedown defense. He's like, I cannot let these guys take me to the ground because once I'm on there, I'm basically screwed. And yes, we kind of think of the middleweight division as having a lot of these strikers because we had Alex Pereira at one point, but Israel Adesanya was ruling the division. But Robert Whittaker is a grappler, and I mean he's well-rounded, but when he takes you down, he can hold you there. He will do bad things to Shara Magomedov. Derek Brunson, he got released from there, but if Derek Brunson was still in there, he would do some bad things to you. Dricus Du Plessis would do horrible things, but I know those guys are were the top of the division, and that was only his debut. But Joe Pyfer is, pretty well known for his boxing and his striking. Dude would take him down and do really bad things to him. He's just very good at that. Andrei Petrosky, I think, would beat him, and he just got KO'd. Oh my god, there was another person I'm trying to think of in that division that would do some bad things to him. I can't think of him right now, but just any of these guys just going for a takedown. And Bruno Silva is not a grappler. He is a striker. And in my opinion, one of the reasons why I was picking Shara Magomedov to win was, one, I thought he would actually KO Bruno Silva, because I thought that Bruno Silva's chin was not the same anymore from damage, and he was kind of an older guy. I think he's 33, 34, I believe. I thought he'd taken more damage than that, and that he couldn't take the same shots anymore. But no, he either has a really good chin, or Shara Magomedov needs to work on his power, or needs to realize that he doesn't have that power anymore. But then he would just take down Shara Magomedov, and he's not a grappler. That's his plan B in that, and he's taking him down. What's going to happen when these guys who are raised to grapple, and that's their main strategy, get a hold of him? Khamzat Chimaev will throw him around. But Shara Magomedov, he'd get taken out and he'd get held there. But he dealt more damage on the feet and on the ground. He was throwing weird kicks from on the ground, which was crazy. I haven't really seen anything like that in quite some time. It was a very strange style. He's a weird dude in more ways than one, but he won. In my opinion, I agreed with the scorecard. Shara Magomedov won all 3 rounds. The 3rd round was the closest. That's, I believe, where Bruno Silva held him down the longest. But he wasn't doing anything with that. He was holding him there, not really doing any damage. Shara Magomedov was pretty, undamaged this fight. And, that's not really the debut everyone's expecting. I think everyone was kind of slightly overhyping him. His striking is really good, though. Knees and clinch, really good. Head kicks, pretty good. Pacing-wise, pretty good. His cardio held up for 3 rounds in a debut where a lot of the eyes were on it, and this was a pretty big pay-per-view in terms of, like, promotion and, like, people were hyped for it. So, overall, I think he did good. And he's going to get better. He's 29, I believe. He's 28, 29. So, he still has time to improve, but I'm worried of how much he can improve. He's 29. He's going to turn 30 here soon. I don't know when he turns 30, but he's going to turn 30, obviously. But there's only so much more you can get better at. And I think he really needs to work on his takedown defense or work on his grappling, because right now I don't see him doing too well in this division, specifically with that. I mean, he was having, like, mixed rule bouts just where they could only like grapple or wrestle for like 30 seconds on the ground and to get stand up again. That's very strange, and like, I don't get the point of that. If you're trying to be an MMA fighter, be an MMA fighter, in my opinion. But I agree with the decision. I think Shara Magomedov won that fight clearly, 30-27. I get really annoyed by people saying that, oh, they scored the takedown, so they win that round. Like, that's not how the scoring works. That's one of the lower scoring criteria of the fight, and Shara Magomedov was dealing damage in this fight. Sorry, I just needed to get that clear. I overall thought the fight wasn't a bad way to start the fight, but it wasn't the most entertaining thing. But that's about it. Bye.